Hello everyone, it is Danny from Danny with the Planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm here today with another haul. This will be mostly my April haul. There might be like one or two things that I add. We'll see how long this goes. But if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining. I am usually doing mostly sticker hauls are on my channel for now, but I've been putting out like daily journal things, and I am working currently on a bullet journal, decorative journal layout that I'm going to hopefully put up soon. And I am also I do some plan with me's and some kind of tutorial type stuff. Those are less frequent lately just because of time and trying to do all the different planning that I'm doing, which I'm so enjoying all the different kinds of planning that I have going on in my life. It's very fulfilling and makes me very happy. But let's get into the sticker haul. So far I have a white deer stationery. It's kind of a little out of screen, but I think if you see like that brown bag and this, if you have been anywhere in the community for very long, you know that is white deer stationery. The Giving Girl, she's frequently changing up her postage, and it's fun and very like, this is gonna be, if you are a junk journal, this will be really fun to like kind of pull in. I have a Saucy Sticker Co, Dash of Sun, the Pretty Pink Co, and Hello Petite paper. I may have a Sadie stickers coming very soon, so that one might be thrown in here as well. So stay with me as I go through all these lovely stickers. This is Hello Petite paper. She is based in Portugal, so it is a shop that is overseas. She just has some amazing designs and just really adore her. She does a lot of drawings of her own stickers and is like a small family. She has 2 kids. So just trying to give a face behind these shop owners, because they are normally trying to support some kind of family or their life. So it always helps to know a little bit about them. But she has 2 kids, young kids, and is super sweet. Vanessa is her name. And this is her little, she used to have like bigger journaling cards, but I kind of like that she's doing these little ones. And her information's on the back. She has freebies that come in all of her packaging, or her Happy Mail, excuse me. There's some of her icons that she's drawn herself, and then these are usually kind of go with some kind of collection that she has going on in her shop. Okay, she does, I feel like lots of shops have different variations of $2 Tuesdays or what have you. She does, hers is called Petite Tuesday, matches with her Hello Petite paper. So this was a journaling theme one, and I was very excited to see her like rendition of what some of these things are drawn by her, some things are not. Also, she had doilies, and I love her doilies so much, so I had to pick those up. Okay, we are going to start. I'm going to get a backing right here. This is transparent matte. She does have transparent, premium, and washi. I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure that none of these were offered in washi paper. Most of her washi paper items are like the full sheets where you can tear up different sizes. That's usually what I feel like she's been using the tearable or the washi paper for. So this one is on transparent matte and is kind of labels. So just different. It's a nice neutral color. And then I also got it on premium matte. Not sure, like sometimes if I feel if I'm layering it on top, this one's better. But if I'm kind of layering it off the side, want something else to kind of peek through the bottom, then this is fun. So I picked up both, depending upon how I want to use it. This one I did pick up just on transparent matte. She has this black one, this like tan one, and like a darker brown. Oh, and another one. So these were the 3 like brown colors or neutral colors that she had. It's not labeled here And I don't think I kept the receipt. I did haul this on my my Instagram, so I don't think I kept the receipt. But yeah, she doesn't currently have these up now, but she'll potentially bring them back. She and I were talking a little bit about journaling and some different kinds of stickers to try out. So she may, when she brings back, or when she does a new release of journaling items, she may bring back these journaling items. So just keep an eye out for her Petite Tuesdays. I usually try to post it on my Instagram, so follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I did pick up 2 sets of each of these just because I've been loving them so much, and the browns are very neutral, and it's always just nice to have black as a... These lines are fun, especially if you want to layer foil on top. These ones here are individual, and then these are together. This is one piece there, and another fun thing is that this is cut out in the middle, so makes it really cool for layering. You could put, if you have greenery, like foil florals, not foiled florals, but just regular foils, you could like slot up like a leaf or dangly bit up through there, so that makes it fun. And this one's cut out too in the middle. I appreciate that she does that. She's very thoughtful of that kind of thing. Okay, and then next up I have her doilies. It's similar in the colorways to those browns that we had. So these are the smaller version, and they're the 3 colors. There wasn't an option of black, but she gives you different sizing here with corners and cut off on the edge. So this one's probably the best. You can see this one the best. But really love her doilies. They're different than most other shops, so I really like her doilies. So these are like small, medium size. And then these were the larger. And this one's really interesting in that I feel like it's almost an ombre effect. So it's really dark down here, lighter up there. This one has a little bit of that too, or kind of cloud, where it's distressed is probably a better word on that one. And then there's a little bit of distressing on this one as well there. So all these are on transparent matte. I think everything the rest of the way is transparent matte. And then she had some like swatches with some writing in the background, and those similar color palettes, those browns or neutrals. I have a coffee kit from Letters to Apollo that I feel like that would be really fun to pull in that one. And that is all that I got from Hello Petite Paper. If it's not a new release and or Petite Tuesday and you're just picking up stuff that you like from her, you can use Danny10 to save 10% off. And I don't have a freebie with this shop, but you're always going to get a freebie from her anyway. So that is Hello Petite Paper. This is White Deer Stationery. She does icons mostly. She does have some other stationery stuff, some vinyl stickers, some calendar, like daily calendar, like a week calendar, notepads. She has started doing some foiling with bows, because she does bows on hers, and I'll show you when we get there. So there is she's been adding a few more things. I have not shopped from White Deer Stationery in a little while because I'm not really doing my memory planning as much, and so I haven't needed to pick up. However, she did have like a spring sale. So this actually came very quickly. So she had a spring sale and was more percentage off. Like I think it was 25% off, which is more than she normally does. I think it was 30% off. I can't exactly remember. And so I think it was 25% off. Sorry, going back and forth. So she had some new releases and things that I have not yet picked up. So I went ahead and stocked up on a few things that there's actually some new like activities or hobbies that I was doing that I was like, oh, I should pick up some to have. And then others where there were new things that I was trying to get. She always has these cute little on top of her packaging, which is just very classic, and I love her packaging. This is also something that comes in the packaging. It's the freebie, and usually it's some of her more popular icons. So it looks like that's a coffee bag. I'm not sure what that one is or where that one's from. Birdseed, bow, males or bills. This is hot glue gun. I was like, what is that called? Books, wheelbarrow. I have a hard time saying that word. I've constant, like, this is not the first time this has come up on my channel. And then tulips. And this is like, I love also that it's she numbers them, so it's very, I don't know, like looking back on all the freebies that I have from many years of purchasing from her, it's kind of fun. Okay, so this one's bullet journaling. As you know, or maybe don't know if you're new, I am doing some bullet journaling, and so there's tiny little dots. I don't know if you can see them, but there are tiny little dots in that journal. So I decided to pick up this one. I guess I've been hesitating calling it bullet journal like the whole time because I don't really feel like it's bullet journaling. It's more decorative journaling, and I've seen more people starting to come out with that title for what I would consider as what I'm doing, and I feel more comfortable with that, but it's still usually the same kind of journal. So decorative journaling is but I think bullet journaling is more well known. Coming into spring, summer, I thought the popsicles would be fun. My oldest likes popsicles. My youngest is starting, like he'll be turning 3 this week, actually. So he'll be getting an opportunity to eat more of this kind of treat stuff now that he's a little bit older. Bug spray, we do a lot of camping and all that stuff, or to like mark if we're somewhere and it's really buggy. I felt like this would be a nice way to mark that, or nice way, a good way to mark it. Picnics. In the spring and summertime, we do a lot of picnics for we'll pick up food to go and then eat at a playground and then play at the playground. So this can mark those events and occasions. My husband has been doing a lot of woodworking, and he is currently like looking for a job. But while he's looking for a job, he's kind of doing some woodworking things for friends and family. So I wanted to mark that. He's really, really good. He could totally make a job out of that he's very talented, my husband. So he could make a job out of that if he wanted, but does like dovetailing and really intricate, and he's making us a gaming table where I'm very excited about this gaming table. So it's like a lovely kitchen dining room table on the surface, and then you pull back the tops, and underneath there's like it's like I don't want to say reservoir, but for lack of better words, it's inset so that you can put board games down there and then leave them down there, and when it's dinner time you just put the boards back on top and the game's still like there underneath, and you can eat on top. Or if we're doing puzzles, I like puzzles. He's not a big puzzle person, but I think my boys might be puzzle people. So doing puzzles, and you can leave the puzzle underneath, so it's really fun. I'm very excited about it. So anyways, so that is kind of to mark some of his things because I don't really have any other way to mark him doing woodworking. Crocs. I have never really been a Croc person, but I have started, I did buy like a knockoff pair for camping, and I kind of like them, and just thought that this is a cute icon, and just thought it would be fun to, I don't know, mark. I don't know exactly what, but I just thought it was cute and fun. I have been listening to a lot of audiobooks, so I picked up 2 of these to mark that. I've been really enjoying listening to them when I'm bullet journaling. And my son and my oldest son, he goes to school with me. I'm a teacher, and he goes to the same school that I do. So on our drive to school, we listen to audiobooks that are kid appropriate. So it's been fun listening with him, and we've listened to a lot of books, and I don't know, it's been really kind of a fun bonding experience with him. So this one is the ebook. Again, doing more reading. Here is smoke detector. I feel like our smoke detectors have been going off like crazy lately, and I know we do change them, so it's not necessarily that, but I don't know if there like some dust or bugs or something is getting in there, and curious if anybody else has that issue. But I feel like they've been going off, and I hate when they go off in the middle of the night. It's like it's terrifying to wake up to that sound. Okay, here is pills. I am trying out some new medications for myself and whatnot, so I thought that that would be good to have for that. Okay, so this one, for Christmas, my husband bought that, like, did a family gift of a projector, and we installed the projector in our bedroom, and we have a king size bed, and so we've been really enjoying watching movies with the boys. Well, sometimes my husband comes in, but the boys and I have been really cuddling in the bed and watching TV. It's really been fun and nice and cozy. So that's to kind of mark that. My husband is one of his other many talents is cooking, and he's partially Italian, so he does some very amazing meals that are Italian. So this is kind of to mark some of those different meals that he makes. I always feel like her samplers are just nice to have and pick up, so I got this one. And I guess I should show you a little bit more. Sorry, there's a lot of the things I already have, but it's sometimes nice to have things that I don't like. I don't think I have her air fryer. I think I picked up that one. I don't have like the tomatoes or the whey. Obviously with the noodles, I have that. I have this stovetop one. I think I have the rice one. I don't have the fryer. I do have the pan. I have the crock pot. So I have a majority of these. Maybe not the individual food pieces, but I do have a lot. Sorry, I didn't mean to like skip through that because I was like, oh, I have a lot of these. They've seen these, but maybe you haven't. So I should take a little bit more time looking through that. My oldest loves Legos. We do build Legos sometimes with him. To me, it's kind of a little bit like puzzles. So I like building the Legos with him. So I picked up those two of those sets. This was newer to her shop, so it's like a thumbs up, but I also thought like you could kind of do a thumbs down if something was unexpected or whatever. So you could do thumbs up or thumbs down depending upon what's going on. So mark different things like something that was exciting. I love that she's starting to do more emotions or trying to figure out ways to mark that. That is something that I loved about the character stickers of the other people that use in their memory planning, but it's not something that normally fits with my aesthetic in my memory planner. So I love that the White Deer Stationery is trying out different ones. Medicine ball or exercise ball. It's not a medicine ball, it's an exercise ball, sorry. I have one and I should absolutely be using it more. I do use it to sit in the living room space. I have a desk near the living room. The one that I film most of the things is in my bedroom, and it's a very small desk. So, but I can keep the lights up in my bedroom, so that's why I have two spaces. So the medicine ball is the one I sit on in the living room. And then this is a restaurant. I think it's nice to kind of mark this for just any old restaurant that you may be going to and don't have a specific icon for that restaurant. This one is also kind of similar with the coffee. We love coffee, my husband and I, so we're constantly looking for good coffee shops. And to go with that, we could rate them, which I thought was really fun. So I love that she has this. So there is like a yellow, a blue, and a pink. And obviously you can see, maybe not, the different ratings. So it looks to me like she has more like 5-star ratings, and then 1 star, 1 2, and 1 3, and 1 4. And then there's 3 of each color for the 5-star. She did have a different colorway as well. I think it was all yellow stars. So if you're interested in that, you can get that. But yeah. And then this one was Conversation Bubbles. I've been wanting something like this for a long time, so I'm so happy to see this. So it's like just if you have like a long conversation with somebody on texting or whatever, I think this is a great way to mark it. Or maybe it's like a frustrating conversation. So you could mark it with that and then maybe combine it with this. So it's just a nice way to like conversations back and forth. This one is the frustration bubble. Again, loving this. So maybe frustrating conversation with somebody. So there's two. You're thinking frustrating thoughts or just talking like you were frustrated with something. So I think that this does a really great job of getting some of those emotions. Okay, this one is the bleep bubbles, which great explanation. So very fun. I'm just really enjoying that she's doing this. Okay, and my son he joined a chess club for the spring. He's really enjoying it, and we've been playing a little bit more chess at home, or at least him and his father have. So I wanted to mark that for him and potentially in the future. And then this is a $75 freebie that you get when you order $75 or more. And I normally do try to save my list, so I'll start adding when she has new releases. I'll add to my cart the new releases or the new stickers that I want, and then the next time she releases more, I'll continue to add until I'm around that $75. So I, one, get this freebie, and then two, it saves on shipping. And if you wait when she's having a new release, then you can get I feel like it's 15, but maybe it's 20% off the stickers, and so that's always when I pick them up is with that. But this one has like the monorail, the pen, sheep, bullhorn, I think that's what those are called. Football, grocery shopping, treadmill, seeds. These are good for spring. That can mark birthday. There's a label maker. I think that's like journaling, that one. So again, more similar to the freebie one, but just a bigger size. And I like that she's not including the same ones on both, so that you're getting a variety. Okay, so that is going to do it from White Deer Stationery. Again, if you're new to our shop, there is a 10% code, but I think her sales when she has new releases is probably the best way to go, and to kind of stock up, wait until you have a like $75 and you get an extra freebie, and shipping will be less. So that's my tip for you guys for White Deer Stationery. This is the Pretty Pinko. I do PR for this shop. It is Danny15 to save 15% off. This is her envelope that she has had for a while now, but it's a super cute envelope. I love it. You get a freebie with all your orders. This one happens to be like color and goes with that lilac theme that I think is very popular in the springtime. This is also another freebie that you can get for all orders. It's foiled in gold. And then here is my freebie. We have given her like what we want for our updated freebie, because this one is more fall. So hopefully those will be coming out soon. But if you put my name in the notes, you will either get this one or the new one. Okay, she had some of these really cute journaling pages, and I fell in love, and I think these are going to be awesome to layer with, and these florals are pretty neutral, so it could go any time of the year. There are some butterflies, but I'll say I feel like I've seen butterflies popping up in different seasons besides like spring. You'll see them in summer. I've seen them now in fall, so I think it's going to be great for multiple seasons and spreads, because there's florals in all spreads. So I'm excited to have those. It's cut around some of these. Sorry, I went back because I was like, I didn't really talk about how well cut out that is too. So I'm very excited to pull these in for layering, especially in my journals. This next one is similar, but it does have a little bit more of the butterflies going on. And I tend to get hers in gold. I don't think it's a hot gold, but it is a brighter gold. So I tend to get hers in gold, silver, and rose gold. Or traditional gold, I think is sometimes what it's called. But these have the scripts and florals or butterflies next to them, and then there's some individual butterflies as well. So this one's individual. There were also, I very much love these, and I did pick them up in like all the colors and multiples of them. Okay, so let's organize this a little bit. I will tend to go through these very quickly because I feel like florals like this are really great to layer on top of floral washi. Let me see if I can find an example. All right, over here, I did a scene off to the side. Not really a scene, but like a March header. And underneath is kind of a washi strip of florals. And I overlaid the like florals on top. And Bloom Paper Studio is where I got a majority of these from, and Sadie Stickers, these over here, I designed these myself and made them. So, but Bloom Paper Studio is not really making foil like she used to anymore. So I'm just really glad to have another shop. Also up here are these as well. So it just is kind of fun to layer on top and add some foil to those bouquets. I was trying to see if I had anywhere else that I kind of did that with. I think there was one other one that it's not exactly the same, but in this kind of like cluster. So instead of doing a cluster of florals, I did a cluster of foil florals instead of just florals. So anyways, that's kind of how I like to use them and bring in some color to pages that maybe, or to florals that aren't foiled already. So that is my hopes and dreams for these, and that's why I picked up so many. Just nice to have the different sizing and variety. So very excited to have all these. So this is a good comparison of the golds. So in this hand is the like traditional warm gold. This one is the light gold. So I feel like this is a good kind of comparison of the two, so you can see the difference. And then silver and rose gold. And there are different, like there are little itty bitty pieces too in here, which is really fun to kind of add a little greenery foiled element in if you need that. So love that. And then I did not pick up the Ethereal Garden collection, but I really loved this sample sheet. So I picked it up in all 4 foil colors. And I think the thing that I loved the most were these. I am pretty sure she has these frames in the shop on their own. I think maybe not this exact sizing, they're probably a little bit bigger. So I was thinking I could just make them, but I liked the sizing of these, and it had a lot of great other elements in these as well. So I picked them up, and you can make them hanging by putting some foil dotted lines behind it. But yeah, I really adored those. I like how she is filling all of these spaces in between now too. So it's just like you're getting a really full packed sheet. And this is a great sampler. And then lastly, what I picked up from the Petite Co, and I'm going to be like super honest with you guys. I do love this collection. I did not pick up the full collection. So makes me wonder if I had intentions of picking up another collection with similar yellows and blues and then maybe forgot to purchase it, because I feel like I would have bought this to go with another collection based off of my buying habits lately, as I'm doing a lot of combining of kits to kind of make my own or pick and choose what I like. So I am either did not pick it up or it's in the mail, the other collection to this one. So I will show you what I got. This is all on washi paper, but here are her florals. This collection is called Spring Stroll, and they're like blues and yellows and a little bit of a kind of tan cream, not tan, there's not really a tan flower, so cream colored floral there. So this is bouquets. And this is the deco page. This page is the corners. I spent a while looking for the collection to go with this that I was like, I must have bought something else. Just because I picked up mostly florals and only really 2 deco pages, so I can very much create a collection between this stuff in my daily journal. This is the floral washi. And then I love that she had stuff in the middle to fill up all that space. But it just, like, knowing me, I probably was going to combine it with something. But I feel as though I could get at least 2 days out of all of this. The florals seems a little excessive though, and like for 2 days worth, I guess is also, but I can definitely make that work for 2 days. So maybe even 3 days. So yeah, that is the Spring Stroll. I do love the like blue and yellow will always have a very special place in my heart because that is my husband and I's wedding colors. Those were the main colors, and then we had a few other like accent colors, but yeah, blue and yellow were our accent or were colors for our wedding. So I love that color combination, obviously. But that is what I got from the Pretty Pink Co. Again, you can use Danny15 to save 15% off if you see anything here that you like or anything else in the shop that you like. And you can put anybody's name in the notes for their freebie, but if you're still looking for like fall freebie stuff, this one is mine. It's not like, yes, it is fall, so I'm not going to like pretend like it's not, but there are other elements in here that you can use that are not fall related, so that is nice too. All right, that will do it from the Pretty Pink Co. Here is the Giving Girl. This is her envelope. She changes it up very frequently. Ooh. I have been very much loving her bucket list. So that's mostly what I've been picking up from her shop. She has Twinkling Tuesdays, and that is when you can pick these up for a steal of a deal. They're usually around $2, but this is her envelope. I just opened it up. I had already, it's not secured in there, so it like slides out. That's why I just went ahead and took it all out, but I wanted to show you the envelope because it is a very cool envelope. And if you are into junk journaling, I think this would be so fun to try to pull in. Not that I'm not into junk journaling, it's just like I'm already having, I don't want to say a hard time keeping up with my current journaling and planner stacks, so I don't need to add more to it. This is not a sticker, but it's like the ordering sheet. So like the packing information. And I just think it's so cool that it coordinates with her packaging and stuff. So I just wanted to show you the back of it. I just thought that was really cool. Just those attention to details. Okay, this is the spring bucket list. I think I already said that, but just in case I didn't. Spring bucket list. I got this during her Petite Tuesday. And you get one freebie. And it goes with the kit, or the collection. It says organized clothes. And then the other one is the Facebook freebie. So if you've signed up for Facebook, then you can get this freebie as well. And this one for the bucket is enjoy seasonal produce, which is true. Like honey and blueberries, oranges. And throughout this collection, she has like shamrocks in there, which I think is fun. I would like, the one thing about this collection, and I probably should just wait to talk about it, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, is there is only one floral set, and so I haven't decided if I'm going to go back and pick it up and or try to find some other kind of florals that I feel like I might like better. The only reason why, it's not that I don't like these. These are, I think, I mentioned this. I did this in Instagram already, like showed these stickers, and I think these are like tiger lilies. There's some kind of lilies, and I actually really love lilies. I was just wanting, for my personal preference, more color variation for this, so to bring in some more of the colors, I feel like. So trying to match that, but I might not be able to do it, and so I might just go ahead and go with this because sometimes it's hard. It is sometimes hard to match colors for kits. Okay, this is have a picnic. The ducks, and then a lot of these little shamrocks are cut out so you can sprinkle them throughout, and I'm going to show you my bucket list that I have now for the winter. Here's my winter bucket list. I created the bucket list words for myself, and I did some of my own like washi paper background just to kind of like draw in a little bit more, and then these are also mine. But what I was trying to show you is that the shamrocks can act like these little, and you can sprinkle them throughout. But I wanted something else to kind of help layer with that, so that's why I brought in my own stickers with the snowflakes. But yeah, so this is how I envision doing it again, but like obviously instead of saying winter bucket list, it'll say spring bucket list. So kind of creating little scenes of the bucket lists, and then I had more going the other way. I really want to pull in like check marks, like silver check marks to this, and or whatever color I choose for spring, so that I can kind of check them off. So I might go back and see, or find a shop that can do that. But yeah, so this one you did come with her collection, and this one, but I knew I was like, they were half sheets, which is kind of what. So I wanted to use a lot of this one, and I was worried I would run out, which now looking at it, I probably wouldn't have run out, but that's why I pulled in my own version. So yeah, that, and then this one, I will use some other time. But so this side down here is a little bit more Christmas related, and then up here is more winter related. So little scenes. I really love how this turned out, so I'm very excited to do the spring one. And she has all kinds of bucket lists out there too, so I am trying my hand at just doing the seasonal ones for now. I may, she and I have talked a little bit, Jennifer is her name, of the shop owner, have talked a little bit about some other ideas, so if she comes out with some of those, I may also be pulling those in. But this one is having a picnic. This one is visit a flower farm. And there's those lilies. Spring cleaning. She also has like little words on the side. I don't know if I've had any others come up yet, but this one says a day among the blooms. And there's cute little bees too that are cut out. And then this one says tidy space, clean mind. This one is go to Sunday brunch. The sleeves with the lace on it is very adorable. and the polka dots. I really like those. Go strawberry picking, sweet berries, sweeter memories. This one is flying a kite. Kites dance in the open skies. I am kind of excited to, I really want to put this one in like the corner of the page, like up here, so that it kind of looks like it's coming out of the side of the page. So very excited to play with that one. This one is open the windows, lots of different windows, and I'm liking this because then I feel like I can also sprinkle these throughout the page too, so that it's kind of like houses. So maybe I'll do like one section up top that's indoors, or maybe down the bottom, but do one that's indoors and I can sprinkle the windows all throughout, and then do another page where I'm sprinkling some of these clouds throughout, like up at the top of the page. So that is some ideas and thoughts that I'm having. This one is go bird watching. Well, there was a quote on this one, sorry. This one, open the windows, and then a breath of fresh air was the quote at the bottom. Bird watching. Try a new salad. Again, those pretty sleeves. Visit a garden center. I really wish I was better at gardening. Like, take spring photos. It says focus on the little wonders. Visit a butterfly garden. Butterflies in the joy of stillness. And the last one is plant flowers. It says plant dreams, watch them bloom. With the full collection came this spring bucket list letters. I may, depending upon how this works out, is I may try to change up some of the bucket lists, because I already mentioned I'm not great at planting flowers. They tend to die. So I might change it up to like, I don't know yet, but maybe I'll change it to something different so that I can use those stickers and feel like I am checking off a bucket list. I love this page so much. These, like, I'm just obsessed with these kinds of stickers right now. They're fun for layering, putting behind things, just very nice. I wish it were in some different colors. Like I wish it was a little bit of the peach and the green, but I think if you're pulling in some of these other things like this page, like it will play nicely off of each other because of the contrast. And then here are the florals. These are still in her shop if you interested, but it's just not on the like discounted price. That's usually up for about a week, her Twinkle Tuesdays. This is, she calls them watercolor washes. I feel like all shops call them a little something different. And then this one is the gingham pattern in this peachy color. Really pretty. Okay, so that'll do it for the Giving Girl. Check out her shop, and you can, I can't remember if she has a PR team currently. She used to have, not technically a PR team, but it was a referral program with some planners. So I don't know if that's still something that she does. But if you want, you can look on her Instagram page and or message her and see if she has a referral. for you to use, but what I have been doing is just waiting for those Twinkle Tuesdays. So yeah, that is Spring Bucket List from The Giving Girl. This is Saucy Sticker Co, and she has a general freebie. This is it, and I love, she's been kind of, like you'll see in a minute, but she's been doing these dangled frames, mostly the frame, like the frame bit, and then she's adding in the dangle part, or like the chain. You can kind of see that there. So I am really adoring this. These edges are great, and then some like knots. I picked up Jess's freebie. I was inspired by Jess, and I try to support those that I'm inspired by. So this was one of them, and I love this freebie. This is on washi paper. I'm showing the back just because it's a clear back, but this is on washi paper, and just kind of simple, and will go really well with journaling. So I also like the little bits here and there with like the stars and the dots. I think that's fun. So really liked hers. I am going to pull in the background so you can see this. So if you watch my previous haul, you will know that I picked up a strawberry collection from both Letters to Apollo and from Floral Paper Studio. And I couldn't help myself. I needed to pick up this one too. There were some elements that I really loved and thought would tie in well. So I have that actually off to the side here. So I'm gonna push this, the rest of this stuff over here, and I will go over that in a minute, and then do a little bit of comparison after I go through some of the ones that I got. I didn't pick up the full collection. I just picked up pieces that I felt were fun and wanted to add and incorporate into what I already had. So we have the swing or hammock type thing up there, and anybody that has been around knows that I love swings and hammocks. My husband and I were just talking about this today, and how I would love, but we're currently renting a place right now, but one day I am super hopeful that we will have a place of our own, and I can put in a hammock or some kind of swinging thing in the backyard to just kind of lay in and lounge and swing. So very much dreaming of something like that. And then a cute little strawberry stand. And I loved this fence down here at the bottom. Super cute. Very excited to pull that in. So I loved lots of different elements of this. And that doily is very cute too. And then little strawberry and the ladybug. I love ladybugs. It's like one of the only bugs that I am very okay with. Ladybugs, lightning bugs, fireflies. Fireflies and lightning bugs are the same, but I think depending upon where you grew up, you might call it something different. Also really loved this kind of shop with the bike outside, and this girl over here eating the strawberries in the strawberry field. Thought those were both really cute. Her headband really matches a lot of the gingham that I was being pulled in through the other shops. So I thought both of these would fit in pretty nicely. I'm excited. I actually have not done a comparison yet of the 3 different shops to see if they all kind of cohesively go together. Again, the nice thing about what I'm doing is I'm doing it for my daily journal. And so if I wanted to, I could do just these shops. Like I could do it by shop and per page, so it doesn't have to like go across a 7-day spread of like 2 pages. It can go across multiple days because each day is a different day in my daily journal. So that is why I am feeling very confident and comfortable pulling in multiple shops to kind of make a like week or multiple week spread. I'm thinking I'm going to do this in June. I was actually talking to Jennifer of The Giving Girl, and she was saying that strawberry picking season is May and June. I have always thought of it as like a June, July, and maybe even August. Very summer for me. So that is interesting. Like I looked it up, and like it is May and June. So I think I'll definitely pull this into June. Anyways, very long tangent. Here is this cute little sandals with the strawberries, an easel painting The truck is adorable. This little creek, a farm scene, and then like another farm scene, farmhouse down there. And then I love these. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Jess's freebie from Luscious Plans. Spring Breeze, Butterfly Kisses. I was just thinking, could I pull this in? And I might be able to. So I was just, when I saw those, I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Jess's. And then these will be great for layering. Again, there's that gingham in the background. I love the strawberry definition. This jam recipe is adorable. The ticket, super in love with so many of these, like this sheet in particular, the collage mix. Very excited for this one. And I love these two pieces. There wasn't a whole lot of that in the other two collections, like just strawberry vines. So was excited to see that. And then this bottom washi, the polka dots, I love. The gingham was already in the other, and then the lace. So I was gonna quickly kind of pair and contrast some of what I already had. Okay, so here's Letters to Apollo. Some of what she had. I think this is going to go so nicely together. I'm looking for that house. Yeah, so like a red roof, but there's red shutters. I think that's going to be fine. There were red and yellow tulips. Sorry, my 2-year-old is sometimes calling white yellow and white. Like he's getting those mixed up. Also, he's eating like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which I think is a very common like toddler thing, because I remember my older son did that as well. And so, like, I feel like sometimes I'm accidentally calling yellow white. I'm like, oh, he's gotten into my head. So, anyways, thinking those will pair nicely together. There's a lot of bikes also in these collections as well. Trying to like try to show a bunch of this at once. I just think that these are going to be so fun together. There's that. I think that's going to go really well with the this page and this page together. Sorry. This is literally my mind, guys, though, that like it's utter chaos. It's like organized chaos, I think. Okay, so like with that and how the light pale background with all those, so those will pair in nicely together. And then more of that gingham. I super love. I wish there was more of that like kind of stuff in those. Some strawberry, but again, no like vines from Letters to Apollo necessarily. There's that bike scene. Loving. There's some more of that background. Letters to Apollo is doing a great job of pulling these kinds of things in, which super love. The Floral Paper Studio, the reason why I picked this one up was more because of the floral pieces. You can hear that my son is brushing his teeth, so we'll see if that comes in. Lots of fun little decorative elements. And this one, oh, there's another, like, that one has the tulip, so I know you might not be able to see because I'm not putting like a white background. Okay, so these last three were more about the florals and the washi. So it's not like off. The screen is a little bit off, but I think it's not like super off enough where I'm like, oh, I don't want to pull that in kind of situation. So I think these are all three going to pull in so well together. I am very excited for this collection, like these 3 kits. And this is something that I am very much enjoying about my daily journal is a lot of times I feel like with collections, I will get super excited about like a few pages and I'll be like, oh, I really love this element. I wish like I had this from this collection, especially if it's something that's similar enough. And now with my daily journal, I feel like I can be like, oh, I like this sheet, and this sheet from this shop, and I like this sheet, and this sheet from this shop, and then I can combine them together and pull in and make a very unique kit that is kind of a collection that is my very own. I am so excited about that. And I feel like I get to support more shops that way, and that excites me too, because I know it's kind of hard out there right now, but yeah, so that really excites me that I get to support multiple shops and not just pick up one collection from one shop and feel like, oh, I really like that element from that shop, but oh, unfortunately, I've already gotten this collection. So with my daily journal, I feel very free and to be able to pick up multiple shop collections. Okay, this is super cool. I got it in silver and gold. I thought I got it in rose gold too. Wonders about that. Oh, here it is, I think. All right, medium dangle frames. Bronze, yeah. Gold and silver. Okay, I will pull these up. I was showing these on Instagram, so I think they got a little out of order. Okay, I will. These are all on washi paper, and all the previous, if I didn't say it already, was also on washi paper. Here it is in silver. These are the medium frames. I may go back and get the smaller frames, but I think these are going to be super, super fun to layer with all kinds of, I don't know, I'm just very excited putting pictures behind it. I think that's why I started off with the medium and the large, is that way I could put scenes behind. This is not a good example. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a better example. There's, I think probably from her collection, there was that one in particular, the scene. The medium size is probably not going to be the best example, but the larger, you can, like this scene here, you can pair with the larger scene and kind of put something behind it and then cut around, or if you want to just layer it on top. Or I've seen like Jess of Lustrous Plans just recently got these in and started using them within her collection like right away, and she put in some letters like days of the week, I think, and or months, I can't remember exactly, but she started using them for that kind of thing. So you can put letters inside. So many different options to play with. I also love the Petite Co has these that you could pull in too and layer either with the current, sorry, I'm like, my brain is going a million miles an hour, sorry guys. So you also, with these medium and the large, she has these chains so you can connect them too. So so you can add that to it and make it look like it's hanging. There's also chains that are foiled from, I'll say, Panda Bird Design has some. I have not seen any from the Petite Co or any other shop. I'm trying to think if Saucy Stickers has one. I don't think she does, but I know for a fact that Panda Bird Design has some that you could use to hang down and layer. You could also use dotted ones. I've done that recently as well. I've been working on my bullet journal, and so I've been using dotted ones to kind of bring down and make it look like it's hanging. So this is a little different in that it's these and they're smaller, but you can kind of get the idea. There are so many dotted lines, and you don't necessarily have to do a dangle with them. You could find bottom washi and or dividers that have dots on them, and you could hang them, because you're not using, like, most likely a divider one will be fine because you're usually probably hanging it from something. Even if you did it down here, you're not just gonna hang it like all the way, sorry, all the way up here, right? So it's gonna be more likely behind something else. So for example, so I created a border here, and so that I could hang it in the middle and not necessarily have to always be up there, because I did it up there for February, and I knew I wanted to do one up here for reflections up there. Sorry, February. Don't know if I was out of frame. So I wanted to kind of create one that was in the middle and not always up at the top. So I created a line here. So the point with me saying that is that knowing your when you add these, you're not going directly from the top all the way down here. So you can use the divider so that it is a shorter, and you're getting more bang for your buck, is what I'm just trying to say. So Panda Bear Design does have dangle ones. I don't think I have any on my desk right at the moment, but she does have dangle ones that, this is the dangle that I'm using here is from Dash of Sun. She currently does not have them in the shop, but I'm really hoping, like, fingers crossed everybody, that she's going to bring them back, because they go very well with the Panda Bear Design collection. So yeah, that is my visions and hopes for this, but like using them like this, I hid them behind some florals so that it wouldn't be like they're hanging in the middle of nowhere, is kind of, and same thing here. So I hung them behind and I added in. This one was part of this collection, and then I added in a dotted one there. So one has dotted, one does not. Same thing here. This one I added in a dangle there, so not all of it is a little behind the scenes of what I was doing so that I could make it work. Same here, like that is added from Saucy Stickers. This one's added from Saucy Stickers, but you can't tell because of the way that they're all layered and things are dangling and whatnot. I think it's really fun and gorgeous and a very unique way of kind of putting a header at the top or kind of framing something different. So very much loving that. I'm very excited to play with these frames because all the ones I have currently are foiled. So very excited to play with these different sizes. Okay, so that aside, let me go over the sizing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to tell you what my thoughts were when I got these. So I didn't get the small ones yet, but I definitely think I'm going to go back and get them, and I want to get more of the chains. I do kind of wish there were like loop chains that she offered to do dangle stuff. So I may reach out and ask Rebecca if she would consider doing that. But all right, so here's the gold. And then bronze, which I think is supposed to be, I don't want to say it's rose gold, but closest to rose gold. So here's bronze. I'm loving that she's doing this, and also it's extended. Like that's technically extended washi, I think. Let me just double check. Okay, so here is this page. Oh, it's a little, oh no, it is extended. Okay, so that's really fun. I love that she did that. So you're getting more bang for your buck, and can do it all the way across A5 wide. And then here is silver. All of them are cut out in the middle. I think, and I hope you saw that earlier when I did that. Cut out in the middle, but if you wanted, you could put that in behind. And I will tell you, I did do so this here was a solid sheet. I did videotape myself or record myself doing this spread, and that should hopefully be up on my website, on YouTube. Sorry, not my website, on YouTube eventually. But I had a really hard time because I couldn't just lay her. I cut out the middle, the frame, the mirror part, so that I could put her down, and I really wanted to see this background behind it. However, it was showing up it was interesting how it was showing up. So I ended up cutting out the space around it, and so it is actually, there is a, I hope I don't mess this up, but I just wanted to demonstrate. And if you watch my video, you'll see, but this is cut out in the middle. But I used another like washi strip underneath so that you could still see it behind, but it also isn't like super, it's less opaque, or more opaque. Yeah, more opaque. That way you can, it just doesn't stand out as much, I feel like. I wanted a different contrast from this to this. So that way it looks more like a mirror versus just being the same kind of contrast as that. So anyways, so sometimes it is nice to have this as the background so that you could, if you wanted to make something more opaque and not necessarily have that like stark background, you can lay that inside. So I think that's super fun and another idea. Sorry, I am like going off on so many tangents, but I just wanted to give you guys some ideas. Okay, so this is a larger gold. And here, let me do a little comparison real quick of the two. So hopefully that's showing up okay. So here is a medium, large. It says it right there, okay, in case you couldn't see. Then here is silver. And I also think it'd be fun to pair foiled chains with this as well. And this one's the bronze. Okay, so those were the frames. That was like part of her big release. And then some other things that I picked up that were not necessarily part of her big release that have been around for a while. This one I thought was so fun and so cool. I've not really seen it before. This is on her transparent mat because it's an older release. But my husband is a doctor. I don't think I've said that yet, but he is a doctor and like equations. I don't know. So I find equations very interesting and remind me somewhat of my husband. So yeah, so I loved this and thought it would be fun to pull in at some point behind something. I don't know yet what, but I really thought this was fun and wanted to order it. Here is kind of something similar to Jess's freebie. So I like, these are the same. Thought it'd be fun to pick them both up. And good for my bullet journaling. Jess does a really good job. If you don't follow her, please go follow her, Jess of Luscious Plans. She does a really good job of pulling in like black and white stickers or like non-foiled black and white items into her journaling. So I feel like I want to try to do that a little bit more. These were in the like going out of like what was it? Like last chance section, I suppose. And I always find these things fun for obviously Halloween that time of year. So I wanted to pick that up before they went out. And while I was paying for shipping, I was like, why not? So pick both of those up. I think they're still in the shop currently if you're interested. These are both separate. So this is like a black torn washi, and then this one is more of like that webbing. So you're getting one of each from each side. So these match, and then these match. And then there's a mix of the other. So I feel like she has kind of one for every, more of that black. But that makes it nice too, because I can pull in black probably with more spreads than I can the spider webs. And then this one, I thought that was no, there probably is. So I was considering pulling this into my journal that you just saw because I needed a circle. I was really contemplating pulling it into this spread, or this curl in particular, and I thought the oval would be really good. But then I pulled in this doily lace behind it, and because she is, the scale of her is much larger than these frames, and so it would have been really hard to, it's fine if this is something that somebody did, but in my opinion, I wanted I loved her hair and how her dress off the sleeve kind of vibe she had going on. I didn't want to like cut any of that off, and I felt like it would be in my opinion, again, this is just a me vibe, weird to have her hanging off and then have it framed. So I would have probably cut off around, and I didn't want to do that with everything else that I liked going on with her. So, but that's something that you could do is if you have a fashion doll, you could pull those in. These are on, you could get them in transparent matte, but I got them in premium matte because I would want to layer it on top of something else and not want it to show through. So here are the antique gold frames round. She does not have them in silver or bronze as of now. Don't know if that's something she's considering having come out in the future. I also know that Letters to Apollo has a version of this too, which I do have. So, but I just think everybody's frames are a little bit different and they all bring their own kind of vibe. So I wanted them all. I love this really long one. The different sizing and shapes are so nice and will be really, I'm just excited to play with these kinds of things, especially in my bullet journal. So very excited. And then if you've been around, I really loved pulling these in to my, sorry, I keep pulling my bullet journal out, but I wanted to give you guys some examples. I did a lot of those in my setup. I pulled in a lot of craft paper designs and whatnot, so was pulling in a lot of this. And this one's already cut up for you. However, I will tell you, if you want, you can use the space between, and that's actually what I did for a few things because I just needed a little bit or whatnot. So it was very nice to be able to pull that in. I'm curious if she would consider just making a full sheet and just passing it along for people so that they could tear it up themselves. That would be something I'd be interested in. If you are interested in that, let me know below and I would pass that information on to Rebecca if you are interested. Okay, so that is the haul that I got from Saucy Sticker Co. Rebecca is super creative and I really enjoy a lot of what she has been coming out with. And if you aren't following her, please go follow her. She is very sweet and lovely, and yeah, and you can use any of the people on her PR team to save. I think she has 15% off codes with her shop, but I did use Jess of Lush with Plans. I did Cassie's on there, Jen's on there, and there's quite a few other girlies on there that are super lovely, so feel free to use their code if you so wish. Oh, Mariah's on there too, so yeah. This is Dash of Sun, and this is the card that she has. This is updated for spring. It says, grow with the rain, awaken like the sun. And she has her information on the back as well. And then we got our new freebies in this one, and I am so excited about my new freebie. So excited. She did something really amazing with her freebies this time. She kind of gave us free range, like each individual PR person, and we got to kind of go look out and get our own ideas and collaborate with her a little bit on it. And a lot of times shops, when you're doing your PR, you're picking something from their shop that you like. But this time she allowed us to, whatever we wanted, bring it into the shop. She's kind of done that a little bit with each of us in the past. So like sometimes I'll bring something in that I'm like, hey, I would really love this item, but we got to like, it was a free range on the whole entire thing this time. So I'm very excited to show you guys those, and they're right here. But this is her freebie that came with this collection. Love those hot air balloons in the clouds, and then like the whisk, the breeze, the motion. So that's a really fun freebie. Okay, so this one is my freebie. I'll start with mine. This is my freebie. Mine's in gold, and I, for the longest time, since I have done this one particular spread in my memory planner, have been wanting to try to design something that was more foil friendly, is what I'll call it. The one that I did for myself is like not something that you could do probably mass production, and I didn't even foil it super well myself. So I've been looking and searching and finally found some florals that I feel like would do a really nice job of the lined or box foiling, but also pair well with like the ideas that I had for the other one. And I'll show you that in maybe just a second. But here, I think I showed it to you already in this haul, but I'll show it again. So, but this is super nice, and she made a whole collection based off of that because I was like telling her my idea, and she was like, "Oh, I love it!" And so, this is that's this. And so excited to have that. And then I just love the florals. I already explained that in this haul again, but the florals, and then I wanted petals and stuff. So this, I'm very excited about my freebie. And I think it just adds a little something for each of us that we got to design. So this is Jasmine's, very like coquette, and there's some frames and some butterflies, bows, and then some like, I think that's a perfume bottle, and then a journaling. Oh, and gold, sorry. And then this one is Cats. She had a cute little box lined item there, like with the bows. Petals, I love the petals like floating throughout. Too bad her and I didn't coordinate, because then you could pull them both in together. This is obviously the sun, some grass, and like a fern or like greenery there. This one is Mariah. I feel like Mariah did such a great job of getting the summer inspiration. I love these. I really hope that, I think these are actually from a former collection of Chelsea's, but I love this, and I would love just full sheets of like these kinds of things, but maybe some branches and as well as like individual leaves, petals or whatever in the middle. They're not petals, ignore that, but like the leaves, full on leaves in the middle, but then also cut off ones. That would be super fun. Love her knittings. And then these starbursts, also those are from former ones that Mariah really liked, and the seagulls, and then a few dots. That one's a really fun one. This one is Christine. She went with, I love these in the corner there. That's really gorgeous. Butterflies, the days of the week. This, I think that, is that all one? That's really cool if that's all one. It's also cool if it's not, but I was just thinking that like, oh, that would be really fun. It creates a really nice visual, so it gives you an outline of what it could look like if you wanted to pull it all in as one. So that's really fun. And then here is like some more butterflies. And then last but not least is Cass. And of course, Cassie wants to do like sweet like honey plants, wants to do honey and all that stuff. So that's really fun. And these are cool. I really like those as well. And then I think, yeah. Okay, so this is like a corner there. And then this one is a corner. So you get two corners. Sorry, they are really sticking together. And Cass really likes doing quotes. So she has a quote there. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. Very fitting. Okay, so those were all the freebies from the 6PR girls. I got quite a bit. It's a very hefty stack from her. I got all this one I was super excited about. And we kind of came up with it as a team and in collaboration with Chelsea, and we're super jazzed about that one. And then this was also kind of something that we came up as a team. Something super fun about Chelsea's team is like she very much is willing to like listen to some of our ideas and pulls in some of that kind of like the creative stuff that we have. And I think it just makes it really fun to be on her team. So I'm going to go over the foiled stuff. Then I will go over this because this, actually I probably should go over this first. I'll go over this first. This is because I made a mistake from her last one. I'll explain it in a minute, but I will go over this first, then the foiled items, and then the collection that I got from her. Okay, in a previous haul, I had gotten her Roaring Celebrations collection, and I accidentally made a mistake of buying the same deco over and over and over again. And I don't know if it was like I was in a rush, which is very likely, or like the naming was confusing me, so it was my bad. And I ordered like 4 of the same sheet. And I think it kept coming up as like that sheet, so I thought I was ordering something different. I don't know. It was definitely on like my bad. But anyway, so I wanted to make sure that I picked up the right sheets this time. And so this is me making my mistake right. So this is deco sheet from the Ring Celebration. This is page 2. I love this collection so much. I am like so excited to do this. This is one of the last collections that I am doing for my memory planner. I am taking a break from my memory planner, like actually planning out stuff for 2025, but I am back planning. Like, so I am still doing memory planning. It's just I'm back planning and I want to catch up on that before I move forward. So I'm currently not buying any weekly kits for 2025, but since I'm doing daily journal and bullet journaling or decorative journaling, I am still using current kits and still memory tracking. Just it looks a little different this current year, and as far as I'm going, because I'm going so slow with my memory planning. It might be 2026 as well, but we'll see how when I get there. Okay, so here is this lovely scene. Guys, I love the like 20s 1920s like deco in this colorway. I'm so in love with this old car, the music, the fireworks, the lanterns, just so fun. I'm very excited to finally one day get to plan with this. And then here is the small composition. So this is kind of like the date, and it does say 1925. Oh, the peacock. I love that so much. The pen and the foiling on that. Is that picking up? Oh my gosh, look at that, y'all. That is so gorgeous. Okay, and then the writing on top of that one. Her swirl. She did finally release those in shop. And then the chair. Look at the foiling on that, you guys. Is that picking up? Okay, there we go. Oh, I just love it so much. And then there's a clock there, and she did some streamers. Very fun. Okay, and then these are the scenes. Okay, so we have one. So there's the house in the distance, and then some. Sorry, I just realized one of my lights was out. Sorry. There is some lanterns, and then this one, it says it has some kind of marquee or something on there. But it's like a wardrobe. Oh, that's really cute. The wardrobe. And then city scene with fireworks. It looks like a balcony scene. Hopefully, like it's really dark on here, so hopefully it's picking up. And then like a jazz kind of singer and music notes. And then down at the bottom is a bar scene. There's a foiled drink on the bar. Super fun. Okay, and then all of this is on washi paper. Here is from like a frame, and it says, "Darling, life's a party." There's a stamp, all that jazz, and it looks like it's a balcony scene, and they're looking at fireworks in the distance. And here's some like alcohol ink swatch behind it, some more stamps. Oh, that is that picking up? Yeah. Okay, that is so fun. The deco, the art deco, some music strips, and then it says "Good Times There." Love washi paper for all those reasons. Okay, and then this was the last thing that I picked up, which is the washi celebration. She foiled the, it's not really, it's like it's not picking up. Why isn't it picking up? There we go. She foiled the florals, and then just like a thin strip there with like kind of a marbly pattern. All right, so those are the other extra items that I feel like I meant to pick up that I did not. So there we go. Okay, now onto the foiled. Oh my gosh, this release was so good. I definitely went overboard. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the, okay, I got a bunch of them because I love them so much. So I got all 3 foil colors twice, I think. Did I order? I might have gotten rose gold twice. Is that really what I did? All right, let's see. 1, 2, 2, 2. I've been using a lot of rose gold in my journal, so I think that might be why I picked up an extra one. Yeah, okay. So this is based off of my freebie, as you can tell. And I love the different sizing. There's all kind of different angles. She also put in petals in between. So excited. This is really cool too because you could frame the like corner. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full frame sheet, like a box. And I have a box here. It's oh, maybe I don't want to use that one. Sorry. It's like the mystery collection. Hold on, give me just a second. Okay, so here is my inspiration for this. This here, which I got a lot of like, hey, where did you get that? I designed it myself. My foiling was off. I don't know. I was having, the foiling gods were not with me that day or that time, and I was just done and wanted to get this done with, so I just went with it. But it turned out mostly okay, I feel like. So this is kind of where that is, the inspiration is coming from. And I want, where's my tweezers? Here, there. Okay. So this can go over that. So it would look like, basically like that. And if you wanted to frame the rest, you could either use another of the size, or you could do like lined, so that way you can mix and match and make it so that one side is very florally and pops. And I think it pairs very well with alcohol ink swatches behind it, so that you're adding like color behind that. Does that make sense? So like here you can see the color up coming up underneath. So I really like that. Or you can pair it with like some florals, so it can get that kind of effect. Either way would be fun, or you could pair it on top of something like a scene. Lots of different options, but this was my inspiration for this and why I brought it to Chelsea, as she was asking us to like, feel free, be creative. And so that was me being creative. So sorry, I need to put back the I do memory planning, and then I have like a sheet that says what the memories were from that week, and I have to just remember to put that back in. So that is me putting it back in. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that real quick of where the inspiration that I had came from. And I'm so excited that these are in her shop and people can grab them and add them, and they're really great for spring, summer. I think fall. I say this all the time. We have flowers in all of our collections, and yeah, so I am super excited to have these, and hope you guys are too. Let me know what your thoughts are on these. But I also like that she added these. It's almost like a mini version of my freebie, like if in this right there. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, so very excited for all of this, and thank you, Chelsea, for adding this to your shop. I am beyond excited. Okay, and then the other thing she added were these kind of journaling bits. So there's florals and bunnies, and there's a nest and birds. I am very excited, like very spring and journaly. So I got them in all 3 foil colors. That one's kind of butterfly, more florals. Super excited about all that. More like spring type stuff with butterflies and journaling. The 3 foil colors. So excited to pull these in with all the butterflies. Here are some grass. I do have quite a few, especially from Saucy Stickers, but I like getting different ones because literally I will look through my grass selection and be like, oh, this one really fits this vibe of this kit. So I'm very particular about my grass for some odd reason. And these seem like more individual and some like spurty ones, and spurty ones meaning like tall grass. So they had like a growth spurt. So that is why I wanted to pick up these. And she had some little bits and some divider sizes. So I thought that was fun. And I also got them, and I will go ahead and pull these in the washi size. So I got them in all of those colors as well. So gold, rose gold, and silver. And then she had some large tree releases as well. I can't remember if this one was older. I feel like it was older, but I wanted to pick them up because I've been using a lot of trees lately, and I liked that the middle, the center, was open and not just solid. Again, so it's fun to layer, and especially if you're layering it on top of a scene, it just lets the scene kind of like shine through, and I don't know, that is one of my favorite things. And then I got these. I thought these would be really nice, especially for the Aurora kit that I have. Thought that would be fun to bring in, but also just like any fairy or kind of whimsical collections, these might be nice to pull in. So thought it'd be good to get them in all the foil colors. And then these are Easter, and I have a different couple of Easter collections that I picked up this year. Not collections, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it's good to have them in all. And it's not all Easter, right? Like, we've seen tons of kits come out with bunnies that aren't necessarily Easter related. This is a great treat for whatever. This is such a fun, this here is so fun, and I think that was one of the main reasons I wish that this was provided for us. And I just wish I had a full sheet of like something like that. That'd be really fun. I have talked about this in the past, but I really appreciate like grounding deco of any sorts. So something that kind of grounds your image or whatever collage that you're trying to put together. And so this is hilly and fun and will ground that. This is another one that's kind of a grounded. So even if you like you took like let's say you took away the eggs, like that would be a really fun way to put one of our fashion girls or dolls on that. So you could put layer one on top, and she could be walking down that foiled lane. Like that to me is really fun, and I like it. So I am constantly kind of looking for things that I can use to ground my images or my layering that I'm doing, the collages, scenes. Okay, this was new for this collection or this time around as well, and this is on washi paper. Super fun. There is so in order to make it kind of like faded, there you can see like these hatch marks. So that way it looks like they're layered on top of each other. I think that's really cool and very excited to have this kind of gingham collection. She did a really good job. So very excited to have this. I got them in all, and even better, guys, it is full length. So it goes the whole length. I love that. Thank you, Chelsea, for bringing that in for us. So yeah, very excited that we get that full length. So she is able to do that because she puts, instead of doing it at the top, which I feel like a lot of shops are doing, putting it at the top and then the rest of the sheet is it, she puts her name at the side, and so when you turn it, then that becomes the whole sheet. So that is how she achieves that. And I do think her cutting is a little bit, like she has to make it a little bit wider, but I super appreciate her attention to detail in that. Okay, the other foiled items that I got were her alcohol ink swatches, but they are foiled. So these are all on washi paper because in order to foil, you have to have them on washi paper. So I splurged and I got them on all the colors because I knew I was gonna so regret, like I would get them in like one foil color and then I would want to pull them in for something and not have them in the right foil color, and I'll be like, dang it, Danielle, you did not do it, and curse yourself. So these are all foil colors. This is Sprout, and this one is in gold, and I think these are so gorgeous, you guys. Like they are like the marbly alcohol ink swirls. I just love this so much. They are on washi paper, and that's the only reason why you can do this, the color and the alcohol ink, or the the foil. It is so pretty, and I love these. Do look kind of like the alcohol ink, like the effect that happens when you add it. They're just gorgeous. I love it so much. Okay, so I won't do this for all of them, but there is a gold on the green Sprout. This is silver. Oh, these are so pretty. I love them so much. Okay, and then this is, oh wait, hold on. Time out. Oh, this was rose gold. I'm so sorry. This was rose gold. The very first one I show you was rose gold. Then this one was silver, and then this one's gold. I am so sorry, guys. It is getting late, and I am getting tired. I was hoping to finish this earlier, but my son woke up from his nap very early and was not able to finish. And so it is late. I have taken a shower. We're approaching my bedtime. This is Buttercup, and so this one is silver. Here is gold. And then this one is rose gold. I am so excited about these. And as I was saying, sorry, just I'm noticing their sizing. So it seems like some smaller ones are down here, and then some larger ones are up top. All right, then this one is apricot. Here is rose gold and apricot. Silver. I said I wasn't going to do this. Sorry, I'm trying to do it faster. And then also an apricot here is gold. Sorry, guys. I can't help myself. I'm so excited. All right, this is rose gold petal. Is that rose gold? No, this is gold. Sorry, I was like, it looked gold, but because it's so fine, it's a little bit hard to tell in the lighting. So this is gold. This one's rose gold. My chapstick is making a cascade over. I was underneath, so it was like a hill turning down. So this one's rose gold. And then here's silver. Oh, the silver is really pretty. And that's another fun thing too. Like with the different colors, I feel like it makes some of the foiling pop a little bit more. It's a great way to test out foil colors with certain colors. This one's lavender. Here's silver. This one is gold. And then rose gold. And this one's aqua and gold. Silver. And rose gold. And we have sky. Silver. That one's fun. Ooh, this one's cool too. Gold. Rose gold. And then this one is rose, and this is the last colorway. And I'll try to like lay them out in one. I'll try. I was like, in all of the colors? I don't know. With all of the foil colors on top. I'll see what I can do. I'm probably gonna pause it and see if I can figure it out. All right, and then this one is in gold, rose and gold. This one was this rose and rose gold. Sorry, I am giggling at myself in the, like, not wordplay, but lack of, like, it's a little wordplay. And then here's it is in silver. Okay, I'm gonna take a pause and see if I can at least lay out the colors in one foil color so you can see the different colors. And then if I'm feeling bold and feel like I can fit it, I will try to do all the colorways, but it might not like show the whole sheet. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Okay, here they are. So we have rose gold, or sorry, rose and silver, rose gold, and gold. So all the silver is up top, rose gold and gold. So we have rose, the color rose, petal, apricot, buttercup, sprout, sky, aqua, and lavender. So I was able to do it. But yeah, I'm so excited to have all of these. Yeah, so if you are interested in any of them, I'm not saying splurge like I did, because I definitely did splurge, but yeah, maybe if you see them, sorry for that really loud car, it's super annoying, especially at this time of night. But if you see colors that maybe you're like, oh, I really want it in this colorway, like foil color, then do it. And maybe you're more, like maybe I'm thinking of Jess of Lustrous Plants. She's like, I'm not really into silver. So you could totally ignore like the silver and get rose gold and gold. So maybe that's you, like, or going into summer, you're doing more gold and silver or whatever. So pick up those colors. So try to like think out what you're doing and make a plan, because it is expensive to do all of them, but you can also use Danny 10 to save 10% off. And we're not even at the end, but yes, you can use Danny 10 to save 10% off. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up and then do the last thing, which is the collection. Her Chasing Rainbows collection. That is really, really cute. And so give me just a second. I'll clean this up, and this will be just literally a second for you guys. Okay, this is the Chasing Rainbows collection. I did pick up just a few things because I knew I wanted to put this in my daily journal. And so I didn't pick up everything, but I picked up a few of the things. This one is a composition. So like I love the rainbows, and yeah, I just really love this collection. It's really cute. And the raindrops. This will go well with that butterfly collection that I picked up. And then here are the girls, and I love that she did that. And so you already have seen my frames, and she has some in her shop, so that's very exciting. And yeah, and the clouds, the raindrops, love the umbrella. The rainbow with this collection makes it so bright and cheery. I'm very excited. This is such a cute collection. This one is small compositions. I don't know if I said this one. This one was deco. My bad, sorry. This one is composition. Ooh, look at she did some trace foiling there with the bookshelf. Hopefully that's picking up. I am such a fan of trace foiling, so when shops are able to do that, I am amazed and love it so much. This is like a brick setting. This is scenes. There's some butterflies. Umbrella. It's like, what is that called? Rain boots. There is like planter things there. She was able to trace foil some of the stuff in the scene. This one is stamps and frames. Here is the foam frames, and these are cut out in the middle there, so that it will be fun to layer. Like you could add in those alcohol ink things behind it. These obviously not this color, but you put that in behind. That'd be super cute and fun because the foiling would pop in between those. And she did a really fun denim with this, which like we were joking in the PR chat about like, well, you don't want to be cut out in the rain in your denim because that's like real, like it'll stick to you. But it's so fun for this collection. Like it matches so well with the blues, you know, like it's just nice to have different textures, and it's really fun. Right here, the florals. I love these florals so much. It's gorgeous. The different colors, the reds, the blues, yellows, pinks, green. So many gorgeous colors in these florals. And she pulled them all into the collection. So super fun. This is the doily page. And I love that she foiled the florals, like the trace foiling. I love that she did that. That's not always easy. And I appreciate that. Okay, here are corners. Also some of that trace foiling in the silver. And it's like you're getting 4 in each section. I feel like normally you get like 2 and 2 and then maybe some bits in between, but now you're getting like 8 different kinds of corners. Yes, they're smaller, but like a great use of space. Okay, and then here is the washi. There's a denim strip, and then the floral washi strip. My extended washi that I love so much. And then here is this one. I love the clouds here, so I had to pick that up. Oh, that's so fun and cute. Also in the extended washi. And then here is the gingham in the colorway, the bunny. Oh, why does this one say bunny trails? Maybe I thought it matched, and so I picked it up. That sounds like something I would do. Here's the bunny trails. And then alcohol ink swatches. It'll be interesting to see if she starts foiling these as well. So very interesting to see if she'll start foiling those sheets. And then here is the large deco. Loving all of this in the swing. And it's cut like that. Those are individually, and this one's cut out. And this is on washi paper. Everything that you're seeing here is on washi paper for this collection. And then, oh my gosh, that, like, I fell in love with this sheet. It's so fun. Like, no matter where you're tearing this from, you are getting some kind of difference. So if I'm like, oh, I really want to pull in some like red behind this girl, then I can do that. Or like blue, I know where I'm pulling from. Where like, I know I'm probably not going to want to pull in the yellow because that'll like mix with her jacket or whatever. So I just feel like this wash of color, you're getting so much out of it. I almost picked up 2 just because I loved it so much and that like I could tear different parts. But I tried to show some kind of restraint. And then the denim with the lace. Oh, so fun. Chelsea, you did such a good job. Okay, that is it. This is such a long It was long, and there was a lot. There was a lot, you guys. Okay, I'm not even gonna lay it all out because it's too much. It's too much to lay out. But I am so excited to get this, to have this collection, to get all these things, use these things. And if you're interested, you can, in any of the stuff that you saw here, you can use Danny 10 to save 10% off. And you can put my name in the notes for my freebie. I'm so excited about my freebie. But yeah, that is Chelsea. I love her shop. And I think that's going to do it for me for this haul. I think after this, it will be like over an hour and a half. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I super appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. Here are some other videos you can watch. Hope you enjoy.